Heavy squats and heavy deadlifts are just messing up your bones and joints. I'm just ruining my knees. I don't need more weight, I need more control. The heavier does not mean the healthier. Heavy lifting. Heavy lifting is the only way to keep your body strong and young. Is that true? The heavier the better, the heavier the healthier. I'm gonna answer these questions, so please watch this video till the end. I'm Zarina Delmar and I'm the creator of my 3D movement method. 3D movement method is not just a bunch of exercises that you should do in order to grow your muscles and burn your fat mass. It is the system within which you start getting more knowledge about your body, about the movement, within which you are increasing your sensory motor intelligence. And I will explain you later on what does it mean. But today, the video about heavy lifting. All perimenopause and menopause counseling are recommending women of 30, 35 plus to start lift heavy. And it seems like it is the only way we can keep our body healthy, we can grow muscle mass, we can preserve muscle mass, and we can keep our fat percentage on a quite great level. I will explain you why heavy lifting is just ruining your joints, your ligaments and tendons, because the way you're doing it is not the way that will help you to get all the positive consequences that you should get from heavy lifting. So we're gonna speak about how you should lift, whether you should lift, and what is the first step when you start thinking about growing your muscle mass and about keeping your joints and ligaments and tendons and tissues in a healthy state. So let's go, watch till the end. Now, I will explain you my statement. Heavy squats and heavy deadlifts are just messing up your bones and joints. Why I'm talking about it? When I decided to film this video, I've opened the Instagram and I've seen this. The girls, the celebrities are working out. You see, they are working out, and what they are doing. Lateral lunges, great. They have taken the weight, pretty small weight. I know that many of my colleagues and many doctors of medicine are telling you that small weights are nothing. You will never build muscle mass with these pinky weights. 8 pounds, 4 kilos. You see these celebrities, these two girls, these two women in their perimenopause stage, and they are doing lateral lunges with the weight. And they have put the leg on the bench. So in order to what? In order to increase the load, the more the better, the heavier the better, they think. But what I see here, let's pretend my leg is on the bench. Nice. What are you doing? I don't know what you're doing. And if you're doing this lunge with these 4 kilos, of course, all these doctors are right. You will never gain anything. These bodies, this is the nutrition control. I think that they just changed their nutrition. Now they're starving themselves, or they're even doing any supplements. I don't know. But this is not the exercise routine. This is not the movement. And if you use these small weights for this range of motion, for this absolutely uncontrolled movement, you're losing it. Get rid of the weight, get rid of the bench, and explore the movement in the full range of motion with the 100% quality. So what I'm working on now, my ankle, my knee, my hip joint, my deep core muscles, my whole spine. So if you're doing lateral lunge, don't complicate it, don't overcomplicate it. You're putting yourself in this really hard form and you're wishing to what? This is not the funny exercise, this is the movement. And of course, if you're doing lunges with small weights, They will tell you you will never build up your muscles. No, you will. Because without the weight, you start without the weight and you start working on what? On the load distribution, on the ability of your nervous system to organize the body, on your ability to go deeper. I don't like this range of motion. It is nothing. Where is the real work? Here, the hip joint. It is not the flexibility. It is the way you're training on everyday basis. And you're training on everyday basis with 4 kilos. Nice. What do you feel? I don't know. I feel nothing. And then your trainer would probably tell you, increase the weight. We need the progression in weights because perimenopause counseling tells you you need more weights. Nice, more weights. Now what I have here, 10 kilos. What are you doing? Oh, I'm now lifting 10 kilos. Nice. So you need more progression now. Now you're gonna have 20 kilos and your trainer will give you 20 kilos. You're strong enough. What are you doing? I'm doing nothing. I'm just ruining my knees. I'm ruining my lower back. I have zero control over the motion. I am collapsing into the form. I don't own it. You never own it. That is why your nervous system does not care whether it is a dumbbell, a kettlebell, or the weight of your body. Yes, body weight training is not the silly something like, I don't know what you are used to do. The jumping jacks, the what? The body weight training means that you control each position and each centimeter in the whole range of motion. You control the trajectory. You know that, let's do the lateral lunges. I love them. You know, once you put your foot, you push into the floor, you start bending in your hip joint first, the rule of first joint. You keep nice alignment from the top of your head till your tailbone. And with each rep, you try to go down without ruining your knee, because your knee is protected. By which part of the body? By your hip joint, by your pelvis. It is protected by the position of the foot. It is protected by the movement around your ankle. And it is protected by the control over your lumbar spine, over your deep core muscles. And this, what you should do. This silly stuff won't give you the muscle mass, won't give you the bone density. That is why, before taking the weights, start feeling what is happening inside your body. How you can do it. Stand on one leg. Now you have your pelvis. Nice. And I need you to feel the neutral position of the pelvis. Nice. And now, what you're gonna do, you're gonna bend the standing knee and you're gonna move your pelvis backward and forward, just your pelvis, without the change in the position of your lumbar spine. I need you just to start the movement with the pelvis and go down. And what is happening with the big toe of my left leg? It goes towards the heel and back. I need you to start doing this movement from your hip. Oh, nice, from your hip joint. So it is socket in the ball. It is moving. Oh, nice. I don't need weight. Here, I feel it. I feel my glute is burning. From the left side, you're going to do the same. So do you need additional weight for this movement? It is the basis of your gait biomechanics. This is how we're moving when we walk. But this is not the full range of motion, and we're going to engage additional planes of motion. You see? You control everything. And now, if you think that you're growing in the weights, let's do it with 20 kilos, for example. So we're starting here. Let's start. And incredibly great. Incredibly great. But why? Because I am controlling what is happening here. And 20 kilo in the terms of heavy lifting is not heavy. But even with the 4 kilo, I will feel everything because I control every inch of the trajectory. I don't need more weight. I need more control. I don't need the state of presence in what I'm doing. And I need to create the inner strain. Your nervous system, your brain doesn't know whether it's dumbbell, kettlebell. It reacts to the internal strain, and it starts to distribute the load around the body, to absorb the force, to release the elastic energy and redistribute the force. This is how it works. Your brain does not know from where it goes, from the weight or from the position you have put your body into. But as I've told you, this is the great motion, body weight motion, that helps to increase your muscle mass, to increase your bone density without extra weight. And once you feel yourself absolutely supported, you can add weights, but you're gonna feel them differently. But if you, as I've told you, if you have taken 20 kilos and you're doing this stuff, you're ruining yourself. And I see it everywhere. In every gym, I see this silly stuff. Or you can grab the chair, the bench, and I see the girls doing this. What are you doing, girls? Where is the full range of motion? And with the squats, it is the same. When I go to Pilates class or to yoga classes and the yogi, they ask you to go down, no one can go down with their foot close to each other. No one. I see this. Why? Year after year, you're doing the same stuff. You are not working on the strain, internal strain. You're not working on the elasticity of your ligaments and tendons. What are you doing? You're doing the same stuff in a shitty form, and you will never get results. This is why heavy lifting will destroy your body, because in the way you lift heavy, and let me just tell the truth, what you are lifting is not heavy. Usually the girls are taking, 20 kilos, 50 kilos maximum, and maybe someone may take 60 or 70, but in a shitty form. But usually it is around 20 or 30 kilos, and it is heavy for you. Why? Because you cannot bear your own weight. Body weight training. Calculate your weight. You cannot lift your own weight. Just the upper body. Let's go. So it was only one, sagittal plane. What I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to ask you to push your pelvis away from the standing thigh, from the standing leg. And of course, your torso will change its position, yes? And to push towards. So you need to find nice balance. I'm looking for a balance. And this is the way you start moving in additional plane. Nice, in frontal plane. And this is the way you start feeling your inner thighs, your outer thighs, and all of your glutes, the superficial level and the deep inner level. Nice. So this is great. You can do this split. So just sagittal plane 10 times. Then you're going to add frontal plane 10 times. It is so difficult. And we need to add transverse plane. So to move your pelvis around the standing leg 10 times. I'm killing it. I don't need extra weight. So if you're lifting heavy, try this great combo. This great combo for the whole body with no weight, but the weight of your body in the way that you really control it. So you're standing on one leg and you're going, you remember about the first joint rule. Yes, we start with the hip joint. You're doing just 10 times. You control everything. You're breathing. You control the inner core muscles just 10 times. That's it. Heavy lifters, you need to do it. Nice. And control. So 10 times here. Then 10 times frontal plane. I'm standing on my weak part of the body, the left one. So 10 times your pelvis is moving away. So it will be abduction and towards. It will be adduction 10 times. You control. Of course, you are standing on the bare foot of your toe, the surface of your foot. Nice. 10 times. It is burning. I cannot talk and keep the balance, but you can, because you are pretty strong and intelligent in the sensory motor aspect. Nice. I'm killing. I cannot do it anymore. And now 10 times just rotation. If you feel the same, you feel it. And please, if there are any experts, any doctors here, I don't know, chiropractors, the osteopaths, please tell me, why do you think that this kind of work, you keep doing 10, I cannot, it is really hard. Why do you think this kind of work will not influence your bone density? And will not create nice environment for your muscle growth. This is the control. This is not the silly stretching. This is the way you're creating the internal load, the internal strain, and you start working with your nervous system in the way that you're telling, I need a lot of options. I need a lot of movement options. When you are just doing the same stuff in the gym, day after day, year after year, in the same limited range of motion, what you're telling your nervous system, I don't need much. I just need quadriceps, I just need a bit of glutes. I don't need any movement in my lumbar spine. I don't know what it is, deep core muscles. I'm just doing my stuff, and in the way that you're doing it, you're really you're wearing and tearing your joints. Your body loves the full range of motion. Your nervous system loves the full range of motion because it is the only way your brain can communicate with your body. The more sensory input you have from your brain to your body, the more sensory output your brain will take from your body, and it will start distribute all the internal resources to keep you alive. Because for you to keep you alive, you need to be super adaptable. If we talk about women, we are during our cycle, 28 days or 34 days, we are different. Our body is never the same. So today I look certain way, in a certain way, tomorrow I will look differently. And this is the way my 3D movement system helps you to adapt. Today I'm pretty strong. I can lift, I feel it, I feel myself strong. Tomorrow is just the beginning of my ovulation. I feel weak, but you're not weak. That is why I can do different stuff when I feel myself a little bit out of the ability to lift heavy or to do some really difficult stuff with the weight of my body. What do I mean by difficult stuff? I mean any kinds of single leg squats, single leg, changing the position. I call it changing the position. I don't call it dragon squat, pistol squat, or any stuff when I'm standing on my single leg. So I can change. I am super adaptable. And that's exactly what my 3D movement method teaches you, to be adaptable. And when you feel during your cycle that you don't want to train, you have different options, and you will not skip the training session, the movement session, because I truly believe if you move on an everyday basis in the way I show, that's it. That's everything you need. And then you may add some weights, but in a very different way, because I've told you with this small weight, we can do a lot of beautiful stuff when you start using your body in the full range of motion. You remember the Kardashian sisters doing something with a limited range of motion. It does not bring anything. You're just collapsing your joints. So please, my beautiful ladies, remember, the heavier does not mean the healthier. The heavier does not mean the better. Of course, there are a lot of researchers and perimenopause counseling are telling us we need to lift heavy, but one parameter is missing: how we should move, how we feel ourselves when we are moving. What is the quality of movement? What is the sensory motor control? What are the physical and mental outcome from the exercise routine you're doing? So if you want to move in a very natural way to help yourself to navigate all the processes happening with you, if you're 30 plus or 35 plus, all the stages of this growing and aging, you may start moving with me. And please leave a comment what particular topic I need to break down. I will, of course, do a video about the upper body strength for women, girls. I see it. I go to Pilates classes, yoga classes. I see push-ups is the disaster. Even if a girl is training and working on her biceps and triceps, she is losing it. But it will be the next topic. So please leave a comment, subscribe, share with your granny, with your mommy. It is so important that this idea about the multi-planar sensory motor intelligence will be spreaded around the world. And if you wish to move with me, to keep moving with me, you can use the link under this video and try any of my beautiful programs. So let's stay together, let's move together.